अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाह। أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. अल्लाह ताला के फजल से यूके जलसा सालाना की आमद है.
With the grace of the Almighty Allah, the UK Jalsa Salana is just approaching. Inshallah, God willing, from the next Jummah, that is the Friday sermon, the Jalsa Salana will begin. As per the routine, with the grace of the Almighty Allah, workers from different departments are giving a lot of time. They are giving abundant sacrifices and making much effort for this purpose. The non-Ahmadi guests who come here often or annually to attend the Jalsa, they are astounded that a small city is temporarily populated and formed, in which all facilities are made available. This entire task is carried out in just 10 to 15 days. Some of the outsiders assume that we have this work carried out by professionals. They assume that perhaps a large sum of money is spent on this. However, when they are informed that all of this is carried out by Ahmadi volunteers, that such people carry out this work in whose practical lives they have no link with these duties. As I stated, this then is something which is bewildering for them. Indeed, we have some work and some money is spent to have work carried out by outsiders. But with the grace of Almighty Allah, 70 or 75% of the work is carried out by the volunteers. Amongst these volunteers are elderly, youngsters, children and women. Further, during the days of the Jalsa, with the grace of the Almighty Allah, these very workers, they more or less take care of the entire system of the Jalsa. They do so with passion and with zeal, rather than out of compulsion. They are unable to carry out all these tasks without any shame, for the reason that they want to serve the guests of the promised Messiah, on whom be peace.
उन लोगों के लिए जो ये सब काम करते हैं
Thus, this is an immense honor for those who carry out all these duties.
आसन रंग में करते हैं
They have been doing so year upon year. They have fulfilled these tasks in an excellent manner.
तो उनके काम की अहमियत
As is customary, 1 week before the Jalsa Salana, I remind the duty workers towards the importance of their duties and the significance of hospitality.
इसलिए
Thus today, I shall say a few things with regards to this.
मज़ीद तवज्जो पैदा होती है
The reason for this is that through reminders it draws further attention towards this.
नया जोश
At times, some accounts and some aspects of counsel infuse new incentive and new passion.
यूके के जलसा सालाना को है और इस जलसे में काम करने वाले कारकुनान के लिए कोई खुसूसियत हासिल है कि खास तौर
Currently, only the UK Jalsa Salana and its duty workers have the distinction that I say a few words especially with regards to the significance of hospitality to the guests of the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wassalam, on whom be peace.
ये इसलिए नहीं कि यूके में काम करने वाले कारकुनान के जोश व जज्बे में कोई कमी है
This is not done because there is any deficiency in the dedication and zeal of the duty workers in the UK, and that in comparison the duty workers in other countries work with greater passion and dedication. No, this is not the case. This is done because the significance of the UK Jalsa in comparison to the Jalsa Salana of any other country at the present time is greater.
27 साल से
That is to say, for the last 27 to 28 years, it has been of greater importance.
आदमी जलसे की सूरत अख्तियार करके
For now, this Jalsa has taken the shape of an international Jalsa.
सालाना में खलीफा वक्त की शमूलियत ज़रूरी नहीं होती
It is not a necessity for the Khalifa of the time to attend the Jalsa of any other country.
जलसों पर पाबंदी लगाई गई है इस वजह से
However, since there have been restrictions placed upon Jalsa Salanas being held in Pakistan,
पाकिस्तान में
the Jalsa Salanas are held here instead.
जलसा पर पाबंदी की वजह से अहमदियों पर पाकिस्तानी अहमदियों पर
Due to restrictions upon Jalsas being held in Pakistan,
खलीफा वक्त के यहाँ
because of life being made difficult for Ahmadis in Pakistan,
लंदन में फिलहाल मरकज बनाने की वजह
for the reason that the Khalifa of the time had to migrate here, and because the UK has been made temporarily a markaz, a centre.
से जलसे
As I stated, for the last approximately 28 years, it has become a necessity for the Khalifa of the time to attend the Jalsa here.
के लिए अहमदी भी और गैर
This is why people from all corners of the world, both Ahmadis and also non-Ahmadi guests, come to attend.
गैर जमात मेहमानों के नज़दीक
According to the Ahmadis of the world and in the eyes of our non-Ahmadi guests, the Jalsa Salana of the United Kingdom is no longer just a UK Jalsa Salana. Rather, as I mentioned, it is a Markazi Jalsa Salana, a central Jalsa Salana.
खलीफा वक्त की यहाँ रिहाइश है
The reason for that is that the Khalifa of the time resides here.
यहाँ के इंतजामात में
From this perspective, the arrangements of the Jalsa Salana here have increased and widened in their scope.
मेहमानों की तवक्कुआत भी कुछ ज़्यादा होती हैं
Thus, the expectations of the guests who come here have also increased somewhat.
उनको भी फिक्र ज़्यादा होती है
It is for this reason that both I and the administration here hold greater concern that the guests should be extended suitable and appropriate hospitality, and the arrangements of the Jalsa Salana in every single respect should be proper.
कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा
For this, efforts and endeavors are carried out that to the greatest extent possible, improvements should be made in the arrangements.
बाज़ दफ़ा अखराजात भी ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं
This is why at times there is over expenditure.
कि जमात का बजट इसका मुतहम्मल नहीं होता.
Hence, for this reason, the UK Jamaat budget may not meet the costs.
अक्सर हिस्सा जलसा सालाना के अखराजात का यूके जमात
Although the larger proportion of the expenditure of the UK Jalsa Salana is burdened by the UK Jamaat. However, in any case, the Markaz, that is the centre, sometimes have to contribute 30 or 35% or even more towards the cost.
करने पड़ते हैं. ये मैं इसलिए बता रहा हूँ
The Markaz, the centre, also have to bear some of the expenditure. The reason why I am saying this is that some people sometimes express that the Markaz or the centre place excessive burden upon the UK Jamaat.
कुर्बानी करने वालों के लिए
Although the majority of the Jamaat here are those who make sacrifices.
कि
Due to the blessings of the Jalsa, they desire,
वही चाहते होंगे
or they do desire, I hope that they do desire, that they should bear all the costs.
बेचैनी पैदा करने की कोशिश करते हैं.
However, some people who want to create unease or anxiety in others try to raise this restlessness. Also, because this is the central Jalsa, as I mentioned, the Markaz, that is the centre, also believe it is their duty to contribute something towards this.
कि यूके का जलसा सालाना
Nonetheless, I was mentioning that the UK Jalsa Salana in the eyes of the world is the Markazi or the central Jalsa Salana.
भी बहुत बढ़ जाती है.
Hence, the duty workers and the administration here increases manifold.
इसलिए जलसे से पहले
And I remain concerned for this.
कारकुनान हमेशा
This is why before the Jalsa I draw attention to the fact that duty workers should always remain mindful that the eyes of all the Ahmadis of the world and all those acquaintances of the Ahmadis, that is the eyes of the non-Ahmadis also,
मेहमान आए होते हैं,
who come from various countries as guests to attend.
मुअज़्ज़ज़ीन होते हैं.
Some are prominent leaders
उनकी नज़र
and others are esteemed guests.
और कारकुनान पर होती है.
All their eyes are also upon the Jalsa Salana's administration and the duty workers.
रवैये उनके काम के तरीक़
Hence, the attitude of the duty workers, their manner of work, their moral standard, and their level of hospitality, according to their capabilities, should be at the maximum and best standard possible.
बच्चे को जो मुख्तलिफ ड्यूटियों पर मुकर्रर किए गए हैं
Every duty worker, man, woman, or youngster who have been assigned to various responsibilities should make their level best efforts.
जलसे के बाद जिस तरह ख़ास तौर पर बाहर से आने वाले गैर मेहमान
As after the Jalsa Salana, especially guests who are non-Ahmadis, praise the hospitalities of the duty workers here. Strive to this year also and for all times maintain this standard and never let it lower. Every year the standard should increase.
बल्कि आगे बढ़ता चला जाता है. हमेशा
The step of a believer never falls back. In fact, it keeps on advancing forward. It should always march towards progress.
अमल नहीं है बल्कि ऐसी नेकी है
Hospitality is not an ordinary act or matter. It is in fact such a virtue which is mentioned by the Holy Quran. And believers have been commanded that excel in virtues.
आम दुनियादार को करते हैं.
There is one type of hospitality that is extended even by an ordinary worldly person. Every person of good moral standing carries out such hospitality.
और अल्लाह के मखलूक की वजह से
That also has great significance. Because of serving God's creation, most certainly such a person is deserving of reward.
अपने
However, when an act is carried out purely for the sake of God the Almighty, when a guest is not one's personal guest, is not one's relative or friend, and there is no worldly motive or purpose involved, rather a person carries out this hospitality selflessly purely for the desire of Allah's pleasure, Subsequently, such hospitality in the view of Allah the Almighty becomes an act of double reward. As I mentioned, in the Holy Quran also, Allah has drawn attention towards hospitality. The account of Hazrat Ibrahim a.s. has also been mentioned. His exceptional quality of hospitality has been especially mentioned by Allah the Supreme. As soon as a guest came, his first act would be to present a specially prepared dish before the guest, in accordance of whatever the arrangements were available at the time. When the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, received his first revelation, he was terrified. Hazrat Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha heard what he said and spontaneously expressed the good qualities of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she stated that how could Allah let go to waste a person of such good qualities, or how could Allah be angry with such a person of good qualities? One of these good qualities mentioned by Hazrat Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha was the hospitality of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Thus, hospitality is no ordinary quality. It is amongst the good qualities of the prophets. Amongst the tasks of the promised Messiah alayhi salam, one important task was hospitality. He was informed by God that guests will come, neither worry nor tire. Thus, the Jamaat collectively as a whole, and also every individual of the Jamaat, is responsible for this most important duty. How did the promised Messiah alayhi salam honor and respect the guests, and how did he take care of the guests? This can be gauged from just one account of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. Once he was feeling quite unwell. He was notified that guests had arrived. Immediately he came outside. Today I was not able to come outside, he stated. However, because it is the right of the guest who goes to trouble to come, thus I have come out to fulfill this right. The guests who would come to the promised Messiah alayhi salam would come to seek blessings and beneficence from being in the company of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. Further, they would come upon his instruction because he would repeatedly state to come to him frequently. The guests who are coming today or who will come for the Jalsa are also coming upon the instruction of the promised Messiah alayhi salam to seek beneficence from the arrangements of tarbiyat established by the promised Messiah alayhi salam. They are coming for this purpose and they will come for this. They are coming to attend the Jalsa which was started by the promised Messiah alayhi salam himself. Those members of the Jamaat who have the resources available have been counseled to attend the Jalsa. In this respect, the guests who come to attend the Jalsa are guests of the promised Messiah on whom be peace. It is a great honor for us and for the duty workers that we should thoroughly serve these guests of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. We should not let them endure any pain or difficulty, that we should strive our level best to fulfill the expectations that the guests bring with them here. Generally speaking, the guests who come for the Jalsa come for the purpose of the Jalsa, stay for a very short while, and then they return. Nowadays, as I stated, because this is a central Jalsa, the guests come from all parts of the world. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated, "Extend to your guests their due right." He stated that this due right is extending hospitality for 3 days or for a few days. But what were the standards of hospitality of the Holy Prophet himself? It was not hospitality for only a few days, rather it was constant hospitality.
में आता है कि वो लोग जो दीन सीखने की गरज से
It is mentioned in the tradition, those people who for the purpose of learning their religion were always before the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
मुस्तकिल मेहमान होते थे।
In this respect, they were permanent guests of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How did the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam fulfill their needs and extend to them hospitality? There is a lengthy tradition of Malik bin Abi Amir. In it he narrates, a person went to Talha bin Ubaidullah. He stated that, O Abu Muhammad, do you not see Abu Huraira radiallahu ta'ala anhu, may Allah be pleased with him? He most of all knows the hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We hear from him such hadith which we do not hear from you. He replied that there is no doubt that he has heard those statements from the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we have not. The reason for this is that he was a poor person who had nothing. He became a permanent guest of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Thus it was as if his hand was in the hand of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We were wealthy people with many properties.
के पास दिन में कभी सुबह और कभी शाम को जाया करते थे।
We would at times visit the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the evening and sometimes in the morning.
इस तरह मुकद्दम कर दिया।
Thus, these were those who gave precedence to their faith over the world in such a manner that they forgot everything else. They became the permanent guests of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
क्या हाल होता था उनका?
There are also traditions with regards to this hospitality and what the state was. It was not as if there was any demand from the guests because they were always there. The right of hospitality was discharged by the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Abu Huraira was mentioned. There is a tradition with regards to him. On one occasion he was restless due to starvation and hunger for a period of time.
हाँ हज़रत सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने
This is a lengthy tradition. Nonetheless, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam observed this condition of his. He went home and Hazrat Abu Huraira went alongside him. There in his home there was a bowl of milk which had been gifted to him.
कि जाओ जितने
The Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said to Hazrat Abu Huraira, go and call all the companions who are sitting.
गया
Hazrat Abu Huraira was in a terrible condition due to his hunger. He states that I went and we all sat down together in a circle.
कि दाईं तरफ से इनको ये दूध पिलाना शुरू
The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, stated that start giving them milk from the right side.
मैं समझता था कि सबसे ज़्यादा पहला हक
He stated, my condition of hunger was such that I felt that it was my foremost right to have the milk. The state of my heart whilst giving the milk to every next person was such that I felt that this milk would now finish and I would remain hungry. He was so anxious due to his hunger.
पहले एक दो घूंट लिए हुए
Nonetheless, the Holy Prophet, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, had taken 1 or 2 sips beforehand and therefore it had been blessed. Through that blessings, everyone was able to drink the milk.
नवाजी होती थी कि हाँ सल्लम खुद अपना भी ख्याल नहीं फरमाते थे।
Thus, these were the guests, and this was how the hospitality would be extended. That the Holy Prophet ﷺ would not even consider his own needs, but would first look after the guests. Thus, these were those who out of their thirst to learn the religion had sacrificed everything, and came to the Holy Prophet ﷺ and became permanent guests. Today, we do not have permanent guests as such. However, guests have been assigned to us for religious objectives and to learn about the religion. It is therefore our responsibility to carry out maximum hospitality of these guests. As I stated, the promised Messiah, on whom be peace, mentioned participation in the Jalsa as a religious objective.
दीन सीख कर दीन हासिल करके ये हकीकी मोमिन और मुसलमान बने।
By learning and seeking the religion, one can become a true Muslim and true Mu'min, that is, a believer.
हमारा फर्ज है और इसलिए
Therefore, to serve these guests is our duty.
अल्लाह ताला के हुक्म के
The reason why it is our duty is, beside it being a command of Allah the Almighty, it is also the sunnah, that is the practice of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Allah the Almighty has commanded us to follow the sunnah of the Prophet.
जैसा कि मैंने कहा हज़रत मसीह मौऊद अलैहिस्सलाम के स्कूल की ये बड़ा अहम काम किया गया है कि मेहमानों की मेहमाननवाज़ी करो.
As mentioned, that this most important responsibility was also assigned to the promised Messiah alayhi salam, to extend hospitality to guests.
हज़रत मसीह मौऊद अलैहिस्सलाम के कामों की सरअंजामदही के लिए आपके हर तरह से मददगार
From this perspective, in order to fulfill this task of the promised Messiah alayhi salam and to become his helper in every way, it is our duty to discharge the responsibility of hospitality upon us in an excellent manner.
के ज़माने की मेहमाननवाज़ी के भी दो वाक़यात पेश करता हूँ. बेशक सुने भी हों
I shall also present a few accounts of hospitality during the era of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. These may have been heard already, but every time these are related again and are heard again, a new aspect emerges.
बाज़ वाक़यात में से कुछ भी
There are lessons for duty workers in some of these accounts.
बाज़ दफ़ा वक्त की किल्लत की वजह से या किसी और वजह से
Sometimes, due to shortage of time or for any other reason, the duty worker is in a hurry.
खाना खा रहे हैं
This is especially when the guests are eating food.
जो मेहमान को या बुरा लगता है
Sometimes duty workers say things to them which are either inappropriate to say in front of them or are disliked by the guests.
होने की वजह से भी कारकुन
Sometimes, due to the proceedings of the Jalsa beginning, the duty workers are in a haste that the Jalsa proceedings are beginning.
वहाँ कारकुन जो है जल्दी कर रहे होते
Thus, the duty workers try to hurry things up in the dining marquee. They try to get the guests to hurry up so that they leave the dining marquee.
हैं. जिन खाना खिलाने वाले कारकुनान की जो मेहमान नवाजी के
The accounts that I am going to present display the expected moral standing of hospitality.
हसनिया खैरुद्दीन साहब सेखवानी इज़्ज़तदान हो बयान
Hadrat Mian Khairuddin Sahib Sekhwani narrates the following account.
कादियान पहुंचा. जब मैं गोल
Once I went to Qadian from my village Sekwa.
चंद अहबाब
When I came before the round room, the promised Messiah alayhi salam was in the room eating food with some others.
तो हुजूर ने नायत बशाशत
I entered and said salam.
खैरुद्दीन साहब
The promised Messiah alayhi salam said very happily, "Come, Mian Khairuddin Sahib, and eat food." I had already eaten food beforehand and so stated that I have already eaten. The promised Messiah alayhi salam said, "No, come and eat." I therefore sat down. They and the promised Messiah alayhi salam had already eaten food. However, the promised Messiah alayhi salam made arrangements for pita bread and curry or stew for me. Hazrat Khalifa Masih II was very young and was eating food alongside the promised Messiah alayhi salam. His plate of curry was placed before me and I started eating. I had only eaten a few morsels when the late Mian Ghulam Muhyiddin Sahib, who is the foster brother of Hazrat Khalifa Masih I, started taking all the plates and the curry. In a hurry, he also lifted the plate that was before me.
तो बड़े सख्त
When the promised Messiah, on whom be peace, observed this, he reprimanded Mian Ghulam Muhyiddin Sahib in very stern words.
कि वो बेचारा परेशान हो गया.
So much so that Mian Ghulam Muhyiddin Sahib became worried. The promised Messiah had reprimanded him that why did you take these plates from in front of him? I also did not have the strength to say that, Hazur, it is all right. I have filled my stomach. He returned the plate and put it before me.
ये भी फरमाया कि जब तक मैं न
I then also started eating. The promised Messiah ﷺ also stated that until I say so, do not clear all the utensils. Subsequently, I had a few morsels of food, and then he stated to clear the utensils. Thus, this incident demonstrates that if a guest is eating their food, they should be allowed to eat their food in peace. If the time for prayer or the Jalsa proceedings are near and the duty workers are in a hurry. Further, the Department of Tarbiyat are also trying to quickly remove people from the tent, so there should be ample time for the meal beforehand. Even if someone arrives late, then they should be allowed to eat food satisfactorily. Indeed, they can be informed that there is this much time left before the prayers or the Jalsa proceedings are going to begin. However, no one should be rushed and pestered, and their plates removed, and told that hurry up and leave because we have to clear the place up. Through this, the right of hospitality is not discharged. What were the standards of hospitality of the promised Messiah, on whom be peace? We have seen this already. But what expectations did he have of his followers in this regard that we must take care of even today? He has expressed this in the following instruction, in which he says, I am always mindful that no guest should be inconvenienced, and this is why I always give instructions that as much as it is possible, guests should be afforded comfort. The heart of a guest is fragile like glass, and is broken by the slightest of knocks. Previously, I had it so arranged that I used to eat with the guests myself. However, since my illness has increased, I have had to start eating a special diet, and those arrangements remain no more. In addition, the numbers of guests increased so much that there was a shortage of space. Therefore, due to this compelling circumstance, I had to eat separately. Everyone has the right to present their difficulties. Some people are not well, and thus special dietary arrangements can be made for them. There are two important matters mentioned in this extract to which attention has been drawn. All workers should be mindful of this, and not only those serving food. Rather, there is a strong counsel here for all workers who are in some way linked with the administration of the Jalsa. The first matter is that to the maximum extent possible, guests should be given comfort. This is not only restricted to serving food. This also includes guidance of accommodation for the guests. This also indicates towards betterment in the traffic control and parking for the guests. For sometimes guests have to suffer due to this, and at times complaints frequently are raised that we had to come from far off. The parking was at a long distance and we had to walk a long way, or that the bus or shuttle service was not regular or was late. Complaints of this type are received. Similarly, there should be adequate and good facility and provisions for toilets, and attention should be given towards cleanliness. The deficiencies of the previous years should be kept in view when making the arrangements for this year. There is the arrangement for checking the cards or entering and checking them, especially for the guests who are not members of the community, and for disabled persons there should be such arrangements that they do not have to wait a long period of time. There should also be good arrangements for young mothers with children, so that they can quickly enter and pass through, in particular during rainfall or intense heat. The promised Messiah, on whom be peace, has also stated something which is relevant to everyone, that the heart of a guest is like fragile glass. Thus, to take care of this glass is also of paramount importance. If it is taken care of and if proper arrangements are provided, then normally complaints are not raised. However, if even then a guest due to their temperament raises a complaint and expresses something inappropriate, it is the duty of the worker to endure this with patience and forbearance rather than to retort back. Security workers, especially when they are conducting their discipline, they should explain with love and affection. Discipline may indeed be necessary, both inside the Jalsa Malki and also outside it. In the same way, security is also essential. In particular, in light of the current day circumstances, there is a need for special attention towards security. However, such an attitude should be adopted through which no one's sentiments are hurt, and no one should be mindful of any action taken. If any serious matter arises, the matter should be taken to the officer, rather than heated words being exchanged and the matter getting out of control. Especially with outside guests, where generally speaking, the guests are known and there is a good attitude shown. However, even to those guests who are not known, extremely civil treatment should be extended. This can only occur when civil treatment is extended to all. For many people come to participate and attend the Jalsa who, when they see your high moral standing, just because of this fact they are positively impacted. Thus, good morals are also a source of good tabligh. Previously, when the numbers in the Jamaat were small, then, as the promised Messiah ﷺ stated, he would himself take care of the hospitality of the guests and would eat with them. However, then, for one, because the numbers of the Jamaat increasing and also due to special dietary requirements, he was forced to eat separately. Now, with the grace of the Almighty Allah, the numbers in the Jamaat have increased greatly. In representation of the promised Messiah ﷺ, it is not possible for the Khalifa of the time to sit with all the guests and eat with them, or to individually take care of all the guests directly. There are also other engagements which have increased. Meeting with the guests is also one of those. There are also other tasks and work. It is for this reason that the Nizam or the system has been formed, so that every department to the maximum extent possible can provide provisions and facilities for the guests, and they fulfill their responsibilities with full diligence and care. The Khalifa of the time puts his trust in the workers. Every single worker should strive to fulfill this trust. This trust entails that the right of the guest is being excellently discharged. Thus, every guest should make efforts to display their high moral standard. This is greatly required. Guests who come from abroad undoubtedly feel that these workers here live close to the Khalifa. They thus expect that all types of standards should be at a lofty level. This includes the standard of worship, the standard of virtues, and the standard of high morals. Therefore, every single worker should be mindful of this fact, that just performing their duty is not their only responsibility. In fact, performing the prayer and attention and regularity in worship are also of paramount importance during these days. Generally, this should be the case, but especially during these days, and this should be particularly taken care of. Focus should also be towards other virtues and displaying high moral standards. This should be a permanent and everlasting quality of an office holder and a worker of the Jamaat. But during the days of the Jalsa, this should be enhanced and highlighted more. Whilst I am imparting this advice, the images of the Jalsa Salanas of Rabwa revolves in my mind when the Jalsas used to occur there, and how the advice would be given by the Khalifa of the time in the same way 1 week before the Jalsa. All Ahmadis living in Rabwa, regardless of whether they submitted their name or not, would act upon these words of advice. Great efforts were put in, and there would be intense preparations. In any case, now, due to the circumstances, Jalsas are not held there. Also remember the Ahmadis of Rabba and the Ahmadis of Pakistan in your prayers, that may Allah the Almighty make good what they are missing out on.
जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि इसमें कोई शक नहीं कि इंग्लिस्तान की जमात हर साल जलसे पर
As I stated, undoubtedly that the UK Jamaat every single year tries to fulfill the right of hospitality. Every single worker endeavors to fulfill this due. There was a time when it was said that the UK Jamaat did not have the capacity or strength to organize the Jalsa. In the first few years after the migration of Hazrat Khalifa Masih IV, in order to run this system of Jalsa, help was sought. Office holders would come from the Rabba who would help you. Now, however, with the grace of the Almighty Allah, the officers and the duty workers are fully trained. In an excellent manner, they carry out their duties. In this respect, that shortcoming has been fulfilled. Due to this shortcoming being fulfilled, and due to the improvements and betterment, and due to becoming experts now, this should lead to further humility in every worker and every office holder. We should always be mindful of this. With the grace of the Almighty Allah, the daily reports from the Officer Salana regarding the arrangements clearly show that efforts are being made to take care of everything in great detail and in depth. May Allah the Almighty grant the ability to all duty workers to carry out their duties in an excellent manner, men, women and children. One thing that I would like to also say here today, as I stated, due to the current circumstances, greater attention is given towards security. This is something of paramount importance. There can be no deficiency or compromise in this, and nor should there be. However, alongside this, other sentiments and feelings should be taken care of, who come to participate in the Jalsa. Security workers undoubtedly should not take the law into their own hands. If any issue arises, it should be dealt with wisdom. In this light, with regards to those Ahmadis who are bringing guests with them or who want to bring guests with them, such Ahmadis should notify beforehand. The matter should be settled with the administration. This is so that after the Ahmadi host does not have any complaints that there were excessive security checks and we were prevented from attending, or that unnecessarily delays were caused, or due to certain reasons we were refused altogether. Thus, this circumstance should not arise, which would cause concern and embarrassment to the guests coming to attend. Therefore, this should be taken care of. Those who are not known most certainly have to be investigated more than normal. Therefore, the arrangements should be made fully beforehand for anyone you want to bring along. And that also should even be when there is proper arrangement and provision here. Every single Ahmadi should pass through this process beforehand. Although, this instruction is not for Jalsa workers. However, this advice was such that it was essential to give it alongside the other councils, because this should be settled well in advance. Now 1 week remains. If anyone wants to bring a guest, arrangements should be made beforehand, because at times I receive letters afterwards in this regard. If the organizers for any reason refuse, then Ahmadi should understand the obligations and should not complain. The administration should also try to resolve such matters with deep wisdom, so that no one has any complaints. These are high moral standards which we must display. Further, I would like to also openly say the following.
का ख्याल रखना चाहिए कि दुनिया के अमूमी
Ahmadis who bring non-Ahmadi guests should be mindful
जमात के बारे में
that the current situation in the world generally, and especially the perception that some groups have towards the Jamaat. The mischievous elements are very active at present,
इसलिए गैर मेहमानों को
and sometimes it tries to cause harm.
सिर्फ इब्तदाई और सरसरी वाक़े
For this reason, the Ahmadis bringing non-Ahmadi guests should not bring them only on the basis of initial or basic introduction and then make them guests. Do not display naivety in this regard.
उनको ही अगर मेहमान
Rather, only after full satisfaction, and only those who are long-term acquaintances should be brought as guests.
करके तमाम मामला तय करते हैं।
Even then, as I stated, contact should first be made with the organizers and all the matters settled.
मेहमानों की
At the end, I would like to once again draw attention towards the fact
मेहमान नवाजी को
the guests, and particular the guests of the promised Messiah alayhi salam, their hospitality should be considered a divine grace and blessing. Present your services to a greater degree than before with sentiments of sacrifice.
और सबसे जो बढ़कर ये
May Allah the Almighty grant the ability of all workers to discharge this.
जलसे को हर लिहाज
Most of all, give great emphasis towards prayers. May God the Supreme enable this Jalsa to be a blessed one in every respect.
आसन रंग में
May all arrangements be completed on time and in an excellent manner. May the workers also discharge all types of responsibilities and duties in an excellent manner.
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله عباد الله رحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر